Well, good morning and welcome to COVID-19, the 10th edition of our online worship. It's kind of amazing what God is doing here in the midst of this pandemic and how the churches are shifting and changing, and we are too. Welcome you to my backyard again, and we've been pretty fortunate about the lawnmowers and all of that kind of stuff. Just chased off a blue jay, actually. But anyway. Hey, want to encourage you to read the announcements on our community connection page. There's a lot of stuff in there, and I've been sharing this over and over again, so you don't need to hear it again. So please do sign up on our website, get the community connection, and then stay connected to us. And please get involved. There's different ways you can do that. One thing I do want to talk about though is that we're having a council meeting today to start to talk about how do we transition back to some live worship and back to some engaging and connecting with one another. Obviously we're not ready to do that yet, and we're in the process of just discerning what does that look like. And here's where you can help. If you have a background in health services, or if you're just a detail person or someone new that just say, I'd like to help out in this process. There's a lot of guidelines out there already from our conference, from the state, and from CDC. So, we could use some help in putting together a plan for how we're going to gather together in terms of worship services, in terms of small groups, in terms of our recovery groups. So I long for us to get back together and meet. So we need to do that well and wisely and safely. And so just encourage you to be part of that conversation. Just email me and let me know if you're interested. Please, it's not for somebody else to do. Maybe the Spirit's just going to nudge you today to do it. So fill out your Connect card, right? And you can even put on there, hey, I'm interested in serving on the task force. There's an offering link on there. Your giving has just blown us away in this season. I am just still trying to figure out what's going on here, God. So thank you for your faithfulness in all of this. And so keep all that together. Also, think about giving to an organization like the Maryland Food Bank. It definitely is a time for us to make sure that we're taking care of the least and the last and the lost. And there's some folks that are going to go hungry if we don't help them out. So maybe you got that $1,200 check from the federal government, $600 per person. Maybe you're saying, I didn't really need that. I'm working, I'm doing okay. Well, maybe that's a blessing then to use for others. That's how where it should have gone anyway, right? So anyway, we're in this series called Abide, and we're really looking at rhythms to change our focus, change how we do things in the season of disruption. And we're looking at really overcoming our consumer culture. And in this season, we have a real chance to do that because so much of our consumerism's gone away. Now it's starting to come back. It's creeping back. So how do we do this well? How do we form ourselves in a new way? And Paul says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your minds. So let's be thinking about that. How do I need to be transformed in this season? So to center us on prayer and center us on worship today, I'm going to encourage you to hear these words from Psalm 9. I have these posted right on the cover of my Facebook page, and they've been kind of there to remind me every day of who God is. Psalm 9:9 says, the Lord is the shelter for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. The Lord is the shelter for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. Do you believe that? Are you able to hold on to that in this season, that in this season of disruption and disorientation and oppression, that Jesus is our shelter and He is our refuge in a time of storm? If you know the Serenity Prayer, I invite you to pray it with me. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. In Jesus' name. Courage, wisdom, serenity. We need those, right? So make that prayer part of your daily life. We've got an intro video that I'd like to show you today. It's a kind of a gift. We're going to try to do more of this where we're just using some of the gifts of technology and the media that's out there. And so this video is called Blessing in the Chaos. And what I kind of hope is as you center on that, you just kind of see your your stress rate, your heart rate go down, and your focus on God go up. So enjoy that together. I'll see you in a little bit in the sermon time. All right. Bye-bye.